Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. Today I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinion on this whole Blizzard thing that took place yesterday, in which they pretty much banned one of their players, one of their Grandmaster players at Hearthstone for a full 1 year with no receiving of any of the prize money that he would have gotten for the Grandmaster Season 2 event, and all because this guy exercised his rights for freedom of speech and expression. All this guy said was liberation for Hong Kong, and that's it. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know where I'm going with this, because there's been a lot of protest and matches that's going on at Hong Kong to kind of fight back this bill that China is trying to introduce, which will end up hampering on the freedom of Hong Kong in some extent. I don't know the full extent of this fight between China and Hong Kong. All I know is China is the big bad guy. Hong Kong is fighting for its freedom. That's all I know. But it is super interesting that Blizzard, the company that has been marching around, propaganding diversity, embracing different cultures, saying that everybody has the right to express themselves however way they want. And then when one guy decides to, and this is probably the most tamest way to express your opinion about something political, that you can't really say this is a huge horrible thing. He didn't say, attack the Chinese government. He didn't insult the Chinese police, the government, the people, nothing. All he said was liberation for the Hong Kong people. Because obviously he's a Hong Kong person himself. He's of native Hong Kong, so he wants to support his people. And the fact that he received such a harsh punishment, a 1 year ban, and no receiving of the profit from the Season 2 event, it really just shows you the priority when it comes to Blizzard, what Blizzard is mostly focused on, which is obviously making profit. They're a company, and I think what I really want to highlight with this is just showing how all these companies, essentially all they focus on is profit. They have to admit this. They don't care about this political spectrum that's going on out in the outside world. They'll only advocate certain things if it makes them money. They'll pretend that they're for the movement, for progressiveness and all that stuff. But when it comes to them losing money because of progressiveness, they'll shut that shit down immediately. And it's really highlighting what Blizzard considers important. Keep this in mind. Blizzard has decided to bend the knee to China in favor of profit over human rights for the Hong Kong people. It's really telling, isn't it? A similar thing happened as well with NBA, in which a Houston Rockets person, I don't follow NBA that well, but I know just a little bit, a Houston Rockets person tweeted something similar, to which he says liberation and freedom for the Hong Kong people, something like that. This caused the likes of obviously the NBA, James Harden, all these people to come out and obviously apologize to China, and also force the guy who made that tweet to retract his true statement, to give out a fake one about how he respects the Chinese people, all that stuff. It's like, you told him to take back a lie. No, sorry, you told him to take back a truth to lie to the people's face. I don't know, it's very interesting. Really telling though that NBA is also another company that also values, profit, but they'll obviously be going around making propaganda stuff like, we're for the people, we're for the wokeness, we're for the progressiveness, but when it comes down to making money, they have the priorities straight, and it's very interesting and telling. So this just highlights, I actually talked about this in the blog, it just highlights the hypocrisy with some of these companies. They'll go out and make advertisements about how they're progressive, how they're making the movement for a more accepting culture, but then there's a country right now fighting for their freedom and expression and democracy and all that stuff. But they're like, nah, China is making us a lot of money. We'll stay with the Chinese people for now. When you guys can make us money, we'll come over to you. But yeah, it's very interesting. Just something to point out. I mean, like, I see a lot of people that are so blinded by companies projecting this sense of wokeness and progressiveness that they don't realize that these companies don't give two fucks about that kind of stuff. All they care about is making money, and that's it. I wrote something about it. It'll be in the description below, but I just want to give you guys another video format of it, of what I think about it. But yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. Very interesting stuff. we'll probably see a lot more companies bending their knee to China, because China is slowly becoming a superpower in this world. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. But anyways, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Pyros, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.